Pretty good rollout. Alright, immediately, I say this in every process demo review I do, basically. Hello, Virgo. But, anytime I see a Demoman go past this rock, I always find it a bit spooky. And it's because of this guy going fast. Now, if they're double fast, especially, it gets real spooky. So, I would say, especially, I think, if you're playing optimally, the first mid, like, if you don't know what the enemy soldiers are up to, you really shouldn't go past this rock. Because you have a massive chance of them just going fast on you and killing you. If you know that they're pussies and they're not going to go for it, then yeah, sure. But even then, that's like really suspect. Because a good player will just, you know, notice that a good soldier should just go for this fight. Like, it's a good fight for the soldier. If they hit a good fast rollout. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you don't play it too aggressive anyway, but still. Good decision to try and shoot top. You haven't been reloading stickies here, which is scary. So now you have no stickies for all the action, and you've just been spamming pipes out. Good hits though. Okay. Mostly a good mid fight. Just a bit unsure about the amount of stickies you used, how quickly you use them. You still never fully loaded it. Your team should have been far more aggressive there. They should have been able. You should have been able to get a guy in there. I feel like they were down 2. You're on the chase. The Demoman's just completely isolated here. So this isn't on you, but I guess you took some damage and it had to be healed off, and others couldn't get healed up and go instead. But you guys should have really just committed on that Demoman. I feel like as a team. Thank you, Virgo. I have all the stuff disabled right now because I'm gonna upload the VOD. But yeah, he does some damage to you, and you want. I think the biggest thing here is it looks like no one, including you, like your team was fully prepared. You never fully loaded your stickies for this play here. Well, no, it doesn't have to be fully loaded. You never reloaded stickies to support like this sort of pressure in. Your soldiers had poor health. One of your scouts is capping, which is fair enough. Like poor resource management from some individuals. But that Demoman, you guys really should have committed onto him as a team. Like the sack doesn't have to go for the medic, especially when you're up numbers. It's even easier to just keep going for more like frags. Make him drop players, or you know, force the Uber. Make them have a horrible Uber. Right. Oh, okay. Your team gets the force. Okay. Decent play from you and your med. Your soldier feeds an IT. That's pretty dumb. Doesn't look like they're doing anything though. In a situation like this, it's good to be somewhat aware of sewer, but if you're holding choke a bit harder, which is hard with no soldiers up. If you're spotting choke and holding it a bit more aggressive, you'll know if someone starts coming sewer, and that you can just leave sewer for like one of your scouts to deal with if it gets to that point. But they also don't seem to do anything, so you'll probably be fine here. Whee, damn, I'm really cold all of a sudden. That demo's in your choke? Okay. You can just use and get some kills here. That demo's all the way behind. That soldier's gone all the way behind. So here your team is split, and that's the issue here. I feel like your flank scout has like run in to try get in on the chase on the people running to last. This is actually really bad for you guys now, or a lot worse than it could have been, because he could have been capping while you guys moved to last with like a Demoman behind. Yeah, it's Asiafortress. Sorry, I should have said so at the start. I've got the vague title because I might watch some Brazil Fortress demos after this. We'll see if I have enough time and mental energy. Hold on. I want to go see what happens there. I should have been paying more attention. Yeah, man, it's messed up. Demonic follow count. I did not go far back enough. But again, the big issue is that shit is split, and like one thing that's really important in an Uber like this, where shit ends up behind you, sort of like chaotically though. As a demo, you just need to be looking forward and locking the doors out of wherever the heal beam left, right? You didn't see it, but I think they left one or rollout. Oftentimes they're going to leave one or rollout anyway. Your job, then, is to just sticky up those doors and be in a good position for their rebust. Which is going to be, it's like super obvious and super telegraphed that it's going to happen. They have a guy in behind. They even got a pick as well on like one of your feeding scouts, so it's actually like pretty obvious that they're going to rebust this. So just sticky up the doors that they just left through so that they have to take like a long rotation to another door, buys your team more time to deal with the guy behind, potentially. Shit like that. Whenever something ends up behind, whenever you have a not great Uber and there's stuff behind you, but the enemy combo's left, just lock them out. Lock them out, play in a position that you feel safe in, and stay looking forward. Leave other people to look behind. It's not your job to look at a guy behind. But yeah, some chaotic shit's gonna go down here. You die on the rebust because nothing was locked. But your team's gonna end up winning this out from the look of it. Your team should go last here. But I guess they feared you, Brad, and the 3v3. In fact, you also just would have been able to go last if that Uber push were any cleaner. I think on the push into second that you guys went through sewer, I don't get how there was no one at choke to kill that Demoman, basically, as well, is another thing. But yeah, that's odd to me. Like, even if it's the Roma watching IT, he can leave IT open to get a free Demoman pick. Like, clearing IT through this way doesn't matter that much. Most teams often just feed from top IT anyway, rather than doing the long flank to mid or some shit. Now, your team has to be setting up for this ad here, and there's none of that going on. You just rolled out, you're trapping up choke, that's fine. It's the best thing you can do because you're a late death. Your soldiers are in not great positions here. Having a soldier super close on one is really good, really important, and having a soldier on either like on top of rollout, on top of, you know, that thing, whatever you call it, top right, that position, those are some real nice positions, especially one. So if you have a soldier one here and he's like spamming rockets at these guys as the shutter opens, it's like he could get the force, he might drop a scout. It's fine to lose one here for the force. It's better to have a guy like hold a door ultra aggressively and like try and trade out with a guy or force the Uber that way than to like chill super far back and send a sack. Like if the enemy team is playing this right, the sack won't get too much, if anything. Right. And yeah, so yeah, just all being set up across here is not great, basically. You need to have people looking different ways, create distractions for people. It'll make the push out a lot more stressful for them, that now they're just like waltzing through one. Obviously, if you were here earlier and not dead, you probably would have trapped up one. It's a pretty good door to trap up, but you need to have people looking different ways as they get through these doors. Make the push out as stressful for them as possible. Don't all just stack up back here and then leave like while sending a sack. You get the pocket scout, you get the force. It works out in the end, but it's just like, I think that was just poorly played from them. You're just crushing them here. Your flank scout makes a nice distraction, and you guys just run forward and kill them. That's a bit greedy from your med to not use there. Also a bit ultra random that they fucking both direct him. Not too much you can do there. Alright, let's try to get back on your POV again. You have no sticks up in the choke and you're just spamming pipes. So that's like I don't know. Rule number 1 is just always try and have sticks up in the choke. Team's building on point. Mostly fine positions. Really tiny detail. That random det there, it's just like, I don't know. I don't understand it, basically. I get that it's like ultra nitpicky, but the longer you can keep stickies up, the better. But I guess you were trying to sticky up sewer or something. Com becomes IT and you turn to look for that, that's fine. They get way too much of the Uber. As soon as you lost Fez, you should have been running. Yeah, this is going to be ultra bad for you guys. Or is it? yeah, it is. It's ultra bad. As soon as Fez dies, this is no longer fightable. Your soldier dying in IT for the force, that's fine. Everything after that, ultra fucked. I feel like your scatter med shouldn't be capping here, but that's fine. No, okay. Your team froze and their team froze. It happens. You don't need to be sticky jumping there. Again, like, so even when you're all the way back there, you could have been locking out rollout. It's like, you even heard the soldier rocket jump. No, obviously I have fucking, you know, STV wallhack, I can see the guy coming rollout, but even just like hearing the rocket jump, you should think like the most immediate threat and like one of the ones that I can like actually lock off from my position back here is rollout. Like there's no sticks on the doors here. Like, yeah, it's a bad thing for him to go for, just like random psycho sack through rollout, but if it works, you're gonna feel real stupid that you didn't sticky it. And he didn't go for it either, but just something to think about. Okay, big ad, guy close on 3. You have to use her. Some players die to a trap. This pushes over. Unless you get a bunch of kills here on the left. Which you only get 2. Okay, nice salvage from your soldier. You'll be able to fight second tier off spawns. And you really should. It's been a pretty close game so far. It'd be pretty bad for you guys if this ends 5-0. Alright, your team is in. You should be shooting stickies here, not pipes. Keep the pipes when something actually gets on you. You should have been stickying those guys. You could have potentially caught something. Okay, 5v5. Really good down a scout, so way less chance of them having an NG or heavy. Especially because they're just backed out anyway. 5v5 is way easier to sack into than 6v6. You guys should already be going lobby here to at least get one soldier in. Like, you saw them all leave one and roll out. You saw, like, one guy leave lobby on his own. Your team should be running lobby here to get a sack in. It doesn't matter if you have 20 ad. I don't... Like, if you get the med here, if you get another trade, you can just, like, create, like, a pretty good situation for you guys to just keep pressuring here. Playing the 10 ad, it keeps getting smaller. It's going to be a lot harder than, you know, getting the med or just like taking like an advantageous numbers fight. Like another pick here. Stop building and just get into lobby and dry at this point. You hear that they're building, the other scout just spawned. If they have an NG, he's only just got like a level 1 up at this point. Their team is giving you a lot of space as well by building super far back. Alright. Uber's even out. You guys think it's ad. It's not ad. This sucks for you. Run, run! You play that like horrible situation about as best as you can. That was like a team thing. That's not like a Demoman thing. It's just like a cool thing. You guys should be trying to take as much space on the map as you can. I like the trap. No one falls for it. Back up. That's fine. Get a new trap up in choke now. ASAP. You have a lot of time. You can be setting up all sorts of traps. Sewer, choke. They were stacking. You had time and now you don't have a trap up. You just have some stickies and choke. You can delay that push here at least. Alright, you've got the call that they're coming sewer, so now you should be focusing your spam on the right side. Good spam. Someone gets on your med and kills him. That is poor. You also weren't playing like on your I don't know. I think it's fine for you to play alone there, but that's just odd that there's no one there to kill that flank soldier getting in on your med. That's just a poor play from your flank, surely. Like your roamer. Maybe your scout didn't hit the deny, who knows. That's rough. Okay, this is why this fight is bad. But your scout gets him, but he goes super low and ends up in a poor position. You easily could have died there if that guy hits a better second rocket. He should have had you in 2 rockets there. Nice damage up top. Playing the point is nice here on the push if like the enemy team is left side. That was a good mid besides the initial part. Like I hate to be the negative guy, the nitpicky guy, but that was pretty lucky that you lived that mid, I would say, personally. Like, as you rise up and play better soldiers, they won't be letting you get away with that. Nah, man. Definitely not Virgo. / public freakout. You either in from free to the right side. They have no gun. You just deal a bunch of damage. Nice. Nice pipe. You're reloading stickies now. That's good. You should have really kept reloading stickies here. Yeah. You use too many pipes here. I guess you missed too many stickies in the initial part either, or like did they just kill your flank or something? I don't know. I don't get how you uber in and you deal not crazy amounts of damage but good enough and your flank dies in the meantime. I guess the other thing that was weird about that is you enter free and cross to the right. It's very strange. You want to be ubering in on the same side so that yeah, okay, that's fine. At least you're aware of it. But the other thing is if you spot better there, you can get in on the side and you don't waste like a lot of time and like distance going like diagonal, you know? Like if they're on the right side and you go through 4, like it's a straight line, you know? There's less distance travel. Same with if they're on the left and you go free. Maybe it's an unlucky thing, I don't know. But if you didn't spot at all, then like that's like your punishment, right? For not spotting properly there. The other thing I will say is as a demo, focusing guys in panic too much, or like, especially because I think at the first part of your jump there, you tried to like kind of get into panic. It always feels good for the demo because you deal a lot of damage, but like it's actually nowhere near as good. It's kind of like a trap pushing panic. It's not as good as you think it is. Oftentimes it's better to just push across the floor and shoot up at them instead of like being super close on them or being inside them like you were. So like you can play like far back and just sticky snipe them while ubered and you'll deal more damage, get knocked back less. And you'll have a better post uber position as well. You'll free up more heals for other people because you won't be getting like ultra hurt as soon as the ubers are over. Shit like that. you make point a bit more playable as well because you're like a presence around and in front of point. Like if your scout plays point during that Uber, I don't know if there are any sticks on point. If there's no sticks on point, all he has to do is bait the point. Your medic takes the Uber off him. He plays the point a bit. They send bombs to block the point. Your medic re-Ubers the scout, and you in the meantime, if you're aware that the soldiers are bombing point, you can sticky it up and like kaboom them as they land on him. While he also shoots them as well. Like, even hitting like one sticky on them, it just means he can one-shot them. So, just a poor last push in general from your entire team. Even if like your part of it didn't look so bad. It's just a very unorganized last push. That's like the issue with it. Alright. You have 2 traps up that you're like not in a position to watch in the Slayers. On top of this, you have no one spying IT deep, so this Uber might catch you guys all by surprise. You want 2 if possible, Fez, but like if you're only getting 1, then it's better than like what we just saw, you know? You do want to I think the best possible position is so you can Uber in on like what a lot of last pushes look like, especially on processes. You'll Uber in on the wrong side to the combo, right, to kill the gun. There was no gun for you guys to kill, but or like even if you Uber in on the right side, if the enemy team is good, they would have spotted it coming and they would they'll just rotate to the other side, right? To put maximum distance between you. In that time, you get whatever picks you can, whether it's 1 or 2. But the enemy team rotating, especially on the last like process, they're gonna end up rotating into a corner where you guys are on one side of them already in on last, and then your flank can get in through lobby or from 1, and then they have to look at 2 different like angles, basically. That's like how you should be thinking about this last push. Your flank should be baiting until your combo has put them in a corner, and then you make the call, like, okay, they're in the corner, let's all fucking hold W and crush them in the corner. NA Rec in a demo. That could be fun. Yeah, I've got appointments, man. Wait, he still can't. I don't know. I'm talking to the guy who has me muted. Alright. But yeah. Put them in a corner, make the call to your flank that we're all gonna hold W. All hold W and go. Your flank needs to bait until that point and reduce the damage they take because they're not gonna be on heals. That's like, and the thing is, like, that's not gonna work every time, right? You need to adjust, but that's like a really classic and sort of like how like the optimal last push should look, really, on a lot of maps, especially a map like Process, map like Sunshine, Snake Water even. There's a lot of like analogs to what I just said, right? Like, alright, let's see what happens here. They use through IT. Your team is okay. You were close enough to you, but that's fine. That's why you were playing like that. Nice damage on the med. Nice damage on the skunt. This guy's just going to try and buy time for their med to run away. Nice. The med doesn't even get out, and you have second caps. This is fucked. Alright. Decent work on mid. Hey, stop bullying my CEO. This position is a lot nicer. This is about as aggressive as you want to be. Alright. I like you shooting top here. Really good damage top. Those guys are isolated as well. Your team could have been moving down left. The soldier bombs off it. Okay, you need to not... It's good to be aware of the soldier, but it's good to be aware of the soldier, but you can't like keep shooting him, especially when there's all this pressure coming out from in front of you. You could have been owning those guys instead of trying to hit this guy with the air pipe or the air sticky. Nice defensive pipe. This mid's over now. You've lost your soldiers for only one, and you have no space to work with. You should have been looking at those guys on point. You could have owned them. They're in through every door and you haven't hit much damage here. You should have been delaying them harder at the choke with stickies. And if you don't have enough, then you need to make a call to like be further back. That was pretty poor. You're just like, I don't know, I feel like you're just not reloading stickies enough. And you're like too quick to shoot them out, and you're not looking for the opportunities to reload them as often as you should be. And you're doing the same with pipes, and a lot of that is because you do the same with the stickies. Well, that's rough. And the thing is though, like, so this is a really, it's hard to explain. It's a real skill. You can use like, if you play with stickies right, you can use like, each sticky you put down buys you more time than the original one put down to reload more stickies. Like, it feels really dumb as you do it, but it's actually super important in fucking up the enemy team's push, right? Either through cutting off like the guys coming in from behind guys because they want to bait because there's stickies in the way, or it makes a scout sit and stay and delete the stickies and they're getting through slower, or they take damage, you know? Like, any of those three options are really good for like fucking with an enemy team's push. I know for a fact Habib does it and he's like talked about it in his stream. I do it as well. I think I have a demo from a while ago where I thought I played quite well and I got to do that a lot against the team. I might show that on stream one day because that's like a concept a lot of demos like don't do. If you could oftentimes putting down 2-3 stickies will buy you time to reload like 4 to 5 stickies. And like from then like the process gets like even better and better, right? With each one you put down. Obviously, if the enemy team is like psycho enough and like, or if they have a big enough advantage, they'll just walk through it and either take the damage or like have no fear and like hope that you don't die. But that's like a thing that you should be looking to do. I don't know if I've done any good job explaining it. It's a hard thing to explain without showing. But you want to be getting into the practice of doing that basically. Using the stickies that you just put down to buy time to reload even more stickies to put down more stickies. Alright, this round's over off of the back of getting forced and losing too many players. It's kind of annoying that your team didn't have anyone fighting top. You did a lot of damage top left, and if there was 1-2 guys pushing that, they would have probably gotten some kills. Both demos are fast. Both demos have soldiers curve on them. You don't have much loaded here, and you haven't hit much either. Going for air pipes again is pretty silly. You reloaded your pipes to 4 before you reloaded your stickies. Yeah. The mid fight ends up working out. You do some decent damage, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, it's like on the wrong things, and like, and if you don't hit these like hard shots, you're gonna end up doing nothing compared to going for like the consistent play. No spam. Again there though, like, everything's locked out, there's one guy up, you don't sticky up these doors, but like the one threat can come from. You were like, you even had your back turned to this shit. And like, that could have gone wrong for you. He shot you in the back. I don't know. If you get a better first rocket, he might 2-rocket you. Or he could have gotten a clean entry through rollout if your spam piped in him. Hey, Abib. Demo dies, good damage. I like your position here. Okay, it works out. Pretty good push. Nice work just looking at spawn doors on the rotate. That was a really clean last push actually. This is very aggressive. Nice spam on top. You have no stickies, or like not many stickies loaded again though. Bit of a premature at that, and it's over. Yeah, so here like your positioning didn't make too much sense to me. It's like you're also like trying to go for the hard shots that are like, so you're like blind firing at this guy when like right up here there was this guy over here that you could have been destroying. What the fuck? But there was this guy, you could have been destroying your stickies instead of like spamming pipes at this guy blind. And that's some nice voice comms. You're making your life a lot harder than it has to be, basically. Alright, here, it can be fine to trap doors on a process last hold, especially. But I really think you should be trapping up point on a full disad hold. On any oh, it's not full disad, you're gonna get Diva. Okay. You should be holding close to your doors then. And that includes everyone on your team. You've given up a lot of space here. If the enemy team's smart, they just flood in for any door they want. Okay. They think it's ad, I guess. They use. It's fucking dog shit. You do a lot of damage to the demo. The sticky hits the wall, that's unfortunate. Okay. Nice work from your team to get the frags in lobby. Now just heal up a bit and get a nice push out going. One of your scouts goes in really early and feeds. It still should be an easy push out, it's just scouts up, essentially. You don't have sticks here. Like, you should have had sticks out and should have been opening up a bunch of space there. Okay, it works out. Nice pipe. Oh my god. I think you had stickies out a bit late there. I also don't think it would have changed the outcome too much, considering how your team did a pretty good job dealing with it initially anyway. But one thing I quite like doing actually is like, I don't know, you walked out top IT as well, which is just odd to me. Oftentimes you'll top lobby rather, but like the push out should really come from like lower lobby or from one. It should be like a bit more organized. Like your scout went in like way too early in feeds, which means your only scout has to commit to point. Makes it harder for him to defend your med, stuff like that. Harder to chase frags because you only have one scout and he has to start playing cap. But so that's like issue number one. Issue number two is I had like no clue like how you're like which ways your combo are going and like how they got in and stuff. It seemed like everyone got through like random doors, which can work, especially on like an aggressive play, but like out from your own last, like your combo wants to be like on the same door at the very least, so that they can help each other if something gets in the way. But I guess that one soldier that was up was far back. The other soldier and demo were in spawn, like not even spawned yet maybe. There's some ads, so you have to set up for this ad here. You have a lot of time to set up some traps. 8-6 at choke is fine. It's actually a lot better than people think it is. It delays a lot of time on the push. A soldier sacks, or attempts to sack. That's time to delete all your stickies. You're already 85%. You're going to end up with Uber for last here. Your team should have... Okay, they used... This is not a great Uber for them. You can take this Uber back into them. You're a bit indecisive here. You just need to get out through a door and go. You're only one down. He's going to spawn to hold last as well, so you don't need to worry about back caps. Use through lower lobby. Okay, this is a bit greedy. So... You don't need to get the med with this Uber. Like, they just used. They don't have the world's biggest ad. You should just be going for frags here. Like, frags on combat classes. It gets you way more than getting the med. But, yeah, it's also a bit unlucky that your... I don't know, your jump was, like, just a bit too fast for your med to catch you, I guess. I don't know. Going for the med here is completely unnecessary. You should just go for the easier frags on guys that aren't running away. That don't have, like, 150 HP in regen. Just hit your shots. Let's see what this guy does. Right. They're all going through one door, and it's not spotted in time for your soldiers to deal with. This is not a great push for them. Did they get a pick? You want to have sticks on point here. You have no sticks on point of your own here. This could go real bad for you. You just need to be delaying time with sticks on point. Okay, I guess you get some picks though. The team just like goes forward and punishes them. Red doesn't force. Oh, your entire team ends up in spawn. And he drops that guy. This is fucked up. I think you said it was Div2 Asiafortress, right? Am I wrong? Am I forgetting the details? Yeah, Div2 Asiafortress. Okay, this is good for me to be locking those guys out. You get through IT, they're all caught out. Demo's ruined, Med's ultra hurt, he dies to the roller. Nice, good Uber. You lose one, but that's whatever. Okay, here again, let your other guys worry about the guys behind you. If you know that there's guys in around, you need to be the one sticking up choke here. And like saying like, don't worry about forward, I'm looking forward, someone else look for the guy back, right? And like, so that you don't have to. It just ends up working out fine from the look of it, but the enemy seems a bit more aggressive, a bit better. They can make something happen here. At that point, it's fine to turn, right? When there's far less pressure. Could use to help kill that guy quicker, but you know there's guys in front, you know there's a guy behind, you should just look in front by default. Especially if you're close enough to be looking in front, which you were right at choke. Yeah, big ad, you hear a gun going up. You don't know that any potential sniper, so you have to watch out for that as you get in. Oh my god, you walk in 5 into the sniper. You need to use. Your medic is a psychopath. Oh, and you get dropped. That is rough. Those are some poor flashes. It's gonna end up working out anyway, I guess. Unless your team's push was good. That was a bit loco. Really aggressive here again. You get some damage on him. He's ultra hurt. You guys should be going aggro here. Oh, this is odd. So, okay. Both teams are just not playing top, by the way. So that's like why this is so strange to me. Like, if this guy is ratting at you on the floor, your own team should be just taking top and like oppressing other players. It's like fine if like this guy even gets you, because he's throwing by not playing top as a scout and process mid. But so is your own team. So this is a message to the rest of the guys on your team. If your demo is being ratted at on the floor by like random players like this on this mid fight, just get players height and like pick a guy to bully yourselves as well, but do it from height instead, so it's even better than like a guy on the floor. A lot of your damage height is like often wasted because your own team isn't even fighting for height. Yeah, then the fight's over. Your team should look to fight this, which they do. Okay. Oh, rough. Oh my god. That guy went bouncing around. Okay. Lock out a door here. Your team has this bad habit of Giving up a lot of space. There's currently no one on 5. If someone gets into the lobby successfully, you can just run far left. Okay. This is better. Playing closer on the doors. This guy gets his sack in. Nice pipe. Might be hard to get your own sack in. Oh, loads of damage on that guy. That's unlucky. Okay. You've got lobby trapped. Having lobby trapped isn't as safe as you think it is, by the way. It's if enemy soldiers are good, they can like slide into you and fuck you up. If they can do like a really fast jump, that it's pretty hard to react to. Unless you have auto det. If they're smart, they'll send 2 of them as well. Okay, you get a scout pick. Yeah, I guess the team is looking to snipe a lot. This is good from your team that they're not like forcing the sack that doesn't need to be done. They're just like getting free kills on guys that go too close to them. It's good from your soldiers. This is a really nice spam from you. Okay. This is a pretty good job of trying to pressure out. I guess it's just not working out. Yeah. Okay. Overall, are pretty good attempts. You should be rotating here if you know that the combo is over there. Ooh, you down nothing. They're in lobby. You have to keep spying. The Psycho exchange. You have the Bataruba. Bit of a pussy pop from your med, I think. Now, you can drop one guy here. Maybe not you, but I don't think you're in danger of dying. Okay. It should be a free push out now. Just get through every door. Your job here is to lock them out as they've left. Which you do, good. You need to be doing this more on every point of the map and more with more like consistency. I feel like I haven't seen it enough this game. You need to do that like every time you have a successful push in. Right, they have a sniper, which you don't know about yet. Let's hope you don't find out in the most heartbreaking way possible. You might know now because your scout was spotting from far back. Where is the enemy sniper sniping from even? What the fuck spot is that? IT? Jesus. Okay, so now you know that he's there because you've heard him shoot. Heard him. Okay. This position is not that great versus a sniper. You want a soldier like playing like over here, ready to fight through sewer. And you want to play pushed up on choke. Like you can play here. You're a bit like susceptible to being bombed, but it's like you're either going to be susceptible to the sniper or to the bomb. Like pick your poison. That was a poor way of playing. You just like too wide out. You could just play here and deny this tight angle. Alright. It's a hard point to hold us, the sniper, for sure. There's like so many ways of doing it and none of them are really great. Like, I'll talk about it in a sec. Let's just see the end of this demo. I imagine you guys just lose the round off this and it draws, right? Alright, you spawn. There's pressure coming out 1. A sniper's alone 1, but you don't know it. You just be looking at lobby here. It's good. You're way too far forward here. Or like, I don't even think you're too far forward here. Like, well, I don't get where your team is. They just give up everything and everywhere. Like, this guy is just playing 1 alone. I guess it's like unlucky that he hits his like first shot on your soldier like going here, but I don't know. Sniper playing alone, like that's not a good push from them. Just kind of lucky that it works, I guess. But your defense also wasn't great. Like, you guys should just be playing close on doors. Like, they're down a combat class. Just crush them inside the doors. Yeah, I like this a lot more than going too far aggro and getting a fast soldier on you. Really good damage top. Again, you're just spamming like pipes for like no reason though. Like, you could have been charging stickies, and so instead of looking at that guy that's bouncing up and down and going for like the super ultra long range air pipe, why not just charge stickies and snipe it? So you're only just now looking at these guys with stickies. These guys were here like 4 seconds ago. You could have had 2 free stickies onto them by now. Could completely change the outcome here if you end up losing this. Their med goes low. Good damage on the scout as well. I don't know. It works out, but in another world. Nice pipe. It's just poor discipline. You don't need to look at that guy. Like, you already have your bombing soldier on him. Look at the guys that are easier to hit, that you can maximize your damage on. Don't go for like the epic looking frag. Right. You guys should be able to convert this. Oh no. Okay, he gets called. Nice. Good awareness of 1. As soon as he sees a soldier there, you start sticking it because there could be a sniper behind him. It's the scariest door here while you're still capping it. Alright, so you spotted the gunfire right. You want to use through 4 or 5 here. You need to use now that you know there's a sniper. You've been taking a lot of damage. Like, your med just is a bit too greedy with his Zebras. I say here you should call that in the corner on left and you bomb into them and crush them all. Nah, it just doesn't quite go your way. It's just a bit uncoordinated. Yeah, that's rough. Wasn't the worst push. You actually had quite a lot of like the things going on that I was describing earlier, but it just doesn't work out. It's a bit too uncoordinated. Alright. Hold on. I'll just talk a bit about holding second versus sniper. I'm gonna preface, like, say from the start, like, I kind of don't know what the optimal way to do this is. I will say, at least from a medic positioning standpoint, it's very fucking hard to find a spot for your medic that's, like, safe. People used to go here versus sniper, but like you're still susceptible to this door, the scariest door that the sniper has anyway. And you're also inside a tiny kill box. A smart soldier, like a smart team, will say like, okay, this guy's sniper set up here. He looks here. The medic has like is backed up inside this tiny fucking box. Let's sack a soldier from choke. Like you can do like quite easy like bomb around and get here. Even if you have a guy playing aggro choke, which by the way I think when they have a sniper, the biggest thing is to just play aggressive at the doors where the sniper is scariest. So you can somewhat ignore AT. Like, have your flank scout spot AT or some shit. Have double soldiers and demo playing sewer and choke. Like, free spam classes to like 2 doors, essentially. And, yeah, I have no clue where your medic should play. We used to do this. I used to have our medic play here a lot. It's very safe to this. It's really dangerous for like if they want to walk in through there, as well as like you're in a pretty horrific position if a guy just wants to like, you know, it's still got a lot of the same issues as this, but I mean playing back here, this is just not going to work versus a sack either. Like because the medic has to be played backed up to this. Less vision compared to like if there's no sniper where he can play kind of free and like see like wide out like where the soldier's coming from. But I think on the floor makes the most sense because he can get heals on the guys that are playing close to close to the doors. If you're playing IT, you can get heals on a guy watching the most irrelevant door, and it's really hard for you to heal the guys that are like out here attempting to like make the sniper's life hell, or make the guy getting through choke as a sack's life hell. Hello, Crayon. Hello, hello. It's somewhat important as the projectiles to like try not to, I guess, yeah. There's a difference between like a mongoloid peek and like you know, doing it because you have to, and like if he hits it, so be it. Like if you didn't have to peek, you shouldn't have peeked. But if you had to peek and he gets you, like what can you do? It's like already a bad situation, basically. But I think like a lot of this is on your soldiers. They need to be really good at like rotating here. Like if one of them plays close here, so you can pressure either of these doors that isn't sticky, to like constantly be like a thorn in the side of the enemy combo in sewer. And the other one is like ready to trade places with him when he goes low or like gets pressured or like people push him. But yeah, like the biggest tip I can give versus sniper is just play close to the doors. Have your medic in like a position where like yeah, he's susceptible to a bomber, but like, you know, like what the other risk is that he's gonna get 150 body shot and die. I think one is a lot more fair to run. The other thing is that like if the enemy team does get into sewer, your demo players pushed up on choke to deny anyone like poking from the side too much, and then like at the same time your soldier plays close here. You take your pocket scout and you just run up here while these two guys like make sure this shit isn't like gonna get fucked with in the meantime, and you just uber here and like exchange into them scout soldier in a tiny room. Like it's a pretty good exchange into a sniper. One thing that we liked to do actually was, I know I called it a useless door, but like you can often just push IT with your combo while like your flank fakes like some amount of presence on second and like tries to avoid the sniper, but like keep them somewhat occupied while your combo pushes IT without using the Uber. Like get a free kill on the guy flank if there is a guy there. Otherwise you're in on mid behind them for free, and you can shoot guys in the back at choke. You can walk into sewer through here and exchange through here, like all sorts of things. It's just hard for your guys on second to play. They need to like play to like have some amount of presence, but also play to like preserve themselves. Alright, let's check out the other demos. Gully. This is the same team. Too much full damage on the rollout. Try get your jump to be a bit more horizontal there. You can like go about this, you can go this fast while also having like 20-30 more health. I like spamming pipes here. One tiny optimization I do is I don't spam all four. That way you have at least one pipe for if a guy ends up fast on you. But good spam damage. Using pipes is a lot better than using stickies there a lot of the time, because it means you have more stickies loaded for the push across. Alright, they're all spammed to fuck. Your team's already going. Nice pipe on that guy. You shift to the side the stickies went on to get in, get damage on that guy. This should be a good chase. Okay, you hear them backing up, so you should be able to get in for free. So again, heal beam and the demo man sitting down at shutter, but this guy's on higher ground, so like you just decide to look at this guy instead of locking out the combo inside the shutter. If those guys stand there while you're like laying sticks underneath them, like they're either going to be forced out into a position they don't want to be, or forced back and like not be able to support this guy. And like this guy was going to die to your scout no matter what. Like, or if he doesn't die, he's going to back up. Like basically he's not your job. Your job here is to lock these guys out or punish them for sitting inside a doorway. Right, now they're botting at you in front of your face. You've got nothing loaded because you were going for air pipes on the soldier. You have no early damage on them because you didn't have stickies on them. And the exchange is even as fuck. Like, this should have been a winning situation for you. Alright. And combo wipes. Thank you, Fez. But yeah, like, maybe it's a bit harsh, but you're essentially the reason why that goes so wrong. And it's like through like a decision that like isn't so obvious. It's just have the discipline to not look at this guy. You see a heal beam and a Demoman in like some dumb far back position, all you need to do is lock him out. If they want to come into you, that's fine. They're going to take a bunch of damage. You just have to be ready for it. You were completely looking at the wrong target. Or targets. You spawn, they have Big Ad, you're down a guy, they have seconds. Not much is going on here. Well, not a Big Ad, but yeah. Oh man, I shit talk a guy and he subs to me? That's raw. Nah, it's just, it's good to be critical. I'm not gonna sit here and watch the demo and be like, oh my god, this is so epic. Epic trap kill though. Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying not to be a doofus about it, but I like to think I do a pretty good job of that. Anytime I say something over the top, it's often just a joke. Uber's even out because they had to wait for their demo and they can't go on that, and it's a small ad. So, the heal beam is here, but you're looking at River, which is fine, because you kind of have to, because no one else is dealing with this guy. The way this should optimally look is you should be tracking whichever door that the heal beam is at. It'll often either be River or Shutter / Balk, right? Like, the heal beam is only going to be healing people at those doors. Very rarely will the heal beam be tanking a guy main. You want to be shooting guys that are on beam. Because you have the most damage output, most control of a tiny area. Like, even compared to a soldier. So really, like, you and your soldier should be switched around here, optimally. One thing that's really big is if the enemy demo is playing Shutter, you need to match him, because it's ultra deadly for your sentry gun if he gets to, like, peek the Shutter to spam it down without you having sticks on it. So hopefully you rotate for that. Yeah, you do. It's a good rotate then. But just like this, like, I don't know, this makes me really uncomfortable. Yeah, so the gun's gone down because you weren't there for it. And you had a soldier on Shutter instead, which is far worse, like, mash for that than, yeah. I don't know if that link works anymore, to be honest. I might have to delete that link from my Dropbox, but you can find Hypnotize HUD quite easily. It's on HUDs.tf. I should just link to the HUDs.tf now that I think about it. And the Quake font comes installed with it. You just need to change it in one of the like customization files. You don't need to get rid of that sticky. You just need to hold the shutter. Like, you don't even need to be opening it. This is so scary, man. Alright, you go to reset. This guy gets in his sack. Nice, he dies. You need a lot of heals. That's fine. You can peek Shutter now. Are there 6 on it again? No. Get damage. Nice. I was just about to say you want the soldier pressuring this with you, but he comes in just in time. This is really good. You should have been stickying there. You could have cut off his exit. It works out because you get a nice pipe on him. Alright, this is really good. Pretty nice lobby pressure here off a pick. That's pretty standard. Well done. From your team. Alright, and now that you forced him out, don't just stop looking at it. This is good. Loads of damage on the med. Oh, what the fuck? That guy gets through big? Oh, that's stupid. That's pretty dumb from your team. You also need the heal beam on you there. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else the heal beam could be being used for there. You need heals to lock out that choke. That's pretty rough. I think you're doing the right thing there. some things go wrong from the rest of your team. It's roughly even. In fact, it's completely fucking even. That damage caught in river, you can call that. Nice. Good spam, good punish. You can get free shutter very quickly now. Your team doesn't even have to push river, they can just push shutter. You want others with you here. Ugh, bit slow from the rest of your team. They use, it's a dog crap Uber. You want to try not use this if possible. Okay. I'm not sure about this use, like I don't understand why. If you don't catch the med hit, isn't that good for you guys? Yeah. You just didn't have to use that Uber. Like you're even risking over chasing just with a med. You didn't have to use that Uber. At all, I feel like. Your med was like 130. Oh, did he get meat shot and then he picked up the pack and still forced or something? I don't know. That's like the only thing I can think of. Scout and you piped. Your team isn't playing tight at all though. Like you don't have a scout on you or like anyone with you besides your med to help clean that up. Meanwhile, your soldier's getting pushed at choke. That's just sloppy. Poor organization for you guys. I don't get why you guys don't just commit to holding second like normal there. So that's the other thing, Fez, is like your med can just straight up drop a guy there. Even your demo, he could even have dropped Bond there, but like there was also like no danger of that. Like the one player can't drop is himself, obviously, or like two players, right? But he can drop one player there if like their Uber is like psycho focusing one guy and only good enough to get one guy. But you just use on like nothing essentially. But that wasn't the only thing that went wrong. Like even after that, it's still 5v5 even Ubers, and you guys just kind of like don't hold anything there. You guys should have just been holding choke, holding big door like normal, holding as if it's like 5v5 on second. But something goes wrong there, and I didn't quite see it from Bond's POV. That's rough. Hey, he'll get there with time and experience, right? You guys are still Div2. It's like really easy for me to say this in the demo, but I'd be doing far worse shit as medic. Probably. It's just like, so long as you acknowledge that it's like a thing that he should probably be working on, it's fine. You don't need to be looking at this in the Uber. This isn't your job at all. This should be like your soldier's job if anything even is in water. Okay. You could have done a lot more damage onto top left here in the meantime, instead of doing that. I guess it was lost anyway, I don't know. There's a lot of like wrong classes doing the wrong job, basically. So far, is what I'm seeing. Like your soldier and demos should be like in different spots half the time. Or like in each other's spots, rather. It was a trade, yeah, and he shouldn't be in the trade, but he shouldn't be looking to deal with the guy water. He should be looking to back up top left and like lay some stickies like underneath their Uber so that they can't like just stand there post Uber. It's good for him to stay out of it. That was like right, but it was wrong for him to be like looking at point. This is unlucky. It's just like a not great push across. Your team doesn't manage to successfully get across. The bombs get too much from the enemy team, and your own bombs don't get enough. Mostly shooting the right things. Bit aggressive positioning, but that's fine. You're meant to be pushing across. It just didn't work out fine. Like even if he plays passive there, you're probably losing that mid. It just means he might live. Alright, using traps. I like sticking these walls. 2 stickies isn't going to do anything though. You need 1 more sticky there, at least. If not 2 more. Like 1 on each side. Bad, then push across. So you've seen nothing come water and you're like sat here like waiting for your double sticky trap. Like or rather your 2 stickies. You should be up on the other side like looking for like info for yourself. You might. It's like very easy for you to just get like flanked here. That demo is ruined. There's just you. It wasn't going to change too much, but so one thing I don't like doing in water, even if I'm playing it solo, I'd still rather play here and like see what's going on up top instead of like watching this, really, or like trying to pretend that like, oh, is there a demo water? Isn't there? Like everyone knows there is, but I didn't see the rollout. You have better health this time. You could have left that sticky and used it to cut off the med. Sticking point and playing resup is it's too easy for like a scout to just delete the stickies and play point. Because you can't re-sticky the point. You need to play in a position where you can re-sticky the point in this ad. If it's a small dis ad, like you're gonna get the Uber, then you can consider doing that. It's not that bad an idea. And even then, like it's better to just leave that for a scout and soldier to take it, and they can kill the guys that like even if you die, they can kill the guys in like water or on point that kill you. Like your job as demo in this hold is to like force them to shoot guys up top that are hard for them to kill because they can like abuse resup and shit like that, or force them to kill you, which buys a lot of space and like time for your players top. That's like smart. That's like what you should be doing. Really, like there's two ways of going about it. Like here in EU, there's like a push where like you use through river, you flash one scout into water from one side, you flash one scout, like you use like the rest of the Uber on like your other scout across point, and then they have like two scouts going on a demo from two different directions, and like, you know, he'll be pretty lucky to trade there. If he's really goated and the scouts are crap, maybe he can kill both, but like what should really be happening there is the demo is going to die to two scouts, and then you're going to have two scouts in water, probably a bit of cap time, and a bunch of like projectiles are pressing up top. So stuff like that. You can also send like a soldier to play water with your demo, like your roamer. That's like another really common thing here. But I don't know how I feel about it, like to be honest. It's ultra common here, but I'm not sure how good it is. Because if they do that Uber thing, like they're not only getting the demo, they're getting 2 kills often. Or like they're gonna trade one scout for a soldier and demo kill, which is really good.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Alright, I feel good. I am fully charged.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
But yeah, I think you do need the Demoman water. Like, and the thing is, like, if the guy comes in from water and there's no pushover like across point, is like he can kite to secret and like he can still re-sticky point from secret. And it's like a relatively safe spot. Like if someone has to go out their way to kill you, you know. Why am I on this POV? What the fuck am I doing? Okay. The combo is river. We don't know if it was spotted at any point there. They psycho fucking exchange. They've also gotten a soldier pick. This is really spooky. You need to be looking at river here. Good damage on that guy. Okay. You stomped that push. That's good. You don't need to be chasing river here. So you know that all their relevant players are river. You should just be running through shutter here. So the only reason people push out river is because it's hard to get through shutter, right? If like the enemy demo's up or like they have like many people up, like it's really hard to get through shutter into like 6 guys above you. But if there's only 3 guys up and you're 6 up, well 5 up I guess, just get through shutter. It's the quickest route to point. You can get like all the relevant info, right? Because you can see big door. You can see choke, you can see river, like, you can see above point. Like, shutter is preferable here, basically, is all I'm trying to say. And it's quicker. The one benefit of river is you end up on high ground. Yeah, agree. That was pretty silly how your soldier died, but it's like kind of irrelevant, really. To be honest, it works out fine. Like if you think about it, they wouldn't have tried that push if they didn't get that pick with the trade, and then you wouldn't have stomped that push. So I guess that's like sort of results based thinking, but yeah. Like you made a mistake and then you made up for the mistake by forcing them to make a mistake. It's fine. It's how the game is. You get your stickies a lot. You very rarely have 8 stickies up on the choke, like waiting. And that's like, I don't know, it just makes me a bit nervous. You want to have like all 8 sticks up on a choke, like as much as possible. Unless they've already forced that, and then now you're like, and then you have to start like spamming. There's a really good spam here, they're ultra fucking hurt. You even get a pick on big door. You should be pressuring hard here. The soldier gets through drop, unspotted. You're just like keeping up some amount of pressure so they don't locate him, and you don't get the force. Unlucky. You even sacked 2. That's pretty rough. You can stay committed here. You kind of have to. You definitely have to. You get a lot of damage, which buys a lot of time. They use, you use. Okay, their med dies. This can still go bad for you. Here, it's good that you're not looking at choke, unlike all the other times I said earlier, because there's just too many people in, and you need to be looking at them. Nice, good work. Full wipe, go forward. Pretty good, most recent, like, 5 minutes of gameplay. No complaints. There's a guy close on. Okay, that's insane from that guy. Good punish on him. Oh my god. Oh, you weren't sticking the floor. Okay, whenever you're pushing this point and you're like just being a dickhead, like either like not actually going in or like not pressing S, just have sticks up on the floor and like bait a bit. I don't know. It's just, and this isn't just a Gullywash thing. This is like every map, but especially on this map, like this is how you get punished on this one. But you never want to be like chilling in a choke, right? If you're in a choke, you either need to be holding W or S. You're not just chilling in a choke, like waiting for something to happen. The only thing you're waiting for when you chill in a choke is for your own death.
Our control point is being captured.
So that was an avoidable death. Luckily, he doesn't get your med.
We have lost the control point.
Wrong POV, wrong POV. Okay, you're in lobby. Combo's in lobby. You're gonna go through shutter, I guess. Yeah. You bomb. You need to kill gun. Right, now you need to lock top right. You have no position here. This is already horrible. Okay, well it was rough anyway because they were gonna get the Uber, but let's pretend for a second that they're not gonna get this Uber. If they just bust through that door un-Ubered because you want there to lock it down, like this is still fucked no matter what. Like they don't even need this Uber really. It just makes it ultra clean. Your so the most important thing in this last push is no matter what is if you Ubered through shutter or main, you need to take top right. In fact, even through river, like I don't know, top right is so important to this push because it's like the biggest area of like high ground and has like a nice exit from shutter, stuff like that. Like you kill the gun, the next thing immediately, like on your like mental checklist, is to just lock out that top right shutter and reload a bit and chill. Like let everyone else do some stuff, right? You just need to bait for a sec and just chill. Maybe you get a free trap kill on the door. You might have to like reset some stickies, but until you have like 3 stickies minimum loaded, like that's when you can start like either stickying point, stickying top left and going for frags there. All sorts.
Alert. The control point is being contested. We have secured the control point.
I'm on the wrong pub again. Oh, here we are. Now you dead for like no reason again. It's just weird to me. Like you haven't been punished for it at all in any of these games, but it's just like a weird little thing where like if you end up playing against like some crazy psycho player who just like runs in at random times or seemingly random times, you might end up noticing it when things start going wrong in those situations. There's like no reason to not have 8 stickies up at all times if possible. Good damage on that guy. Alright, really good damage. A lot of pressure on the enemy team. Oh my god, you just walk through choke here at this point. Okay, your scout's in. You're making a lot of people look at him. Okay, you get 2 picks and the force. You're meant to just drop you here. Ugh. He just doesn't need to use here. Like, they're all gonna get out now. So you could have had a full ad for last here. Okay, the med dies. Like, this probably works anyway. This is really chaotic from you. I don't like this. Okay, nice pipe, but you didn't have to do that at all. You could have just kept going with your combo. If you missed that pipe there, you're just like feeding there. Alright. Surely your team wins this. Okay. It works out overall. That was really psychotic, man. The jump to river. Flank through the stairs. Yeah. Okay, they're all up on you. You have all your stickies ready for this. Oh, you catch a lot of spam. You need to leave now that you're down 2. As soon as you went down 2, you and your med should have been running big door. This was never going to be a win. Your med's probably dead as well. There's no way he lives, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely a pug flank type of play. Agreed. Alright. This is going to be a full disad. Okay, so this is what I mean. So, in fact, this was an even Ubers. Okay, or ad push. But just looking at shutter there instead of at water makes a lot of difference. You end up losing it anyway, right? No, there's the mid. He's out. Okay. I guess I didn't pay enough attention there. Fuck, I forgot that was a full disad. I'll go watch that back. That's important. I shouldn't just gloss over it. Do you have 6 on point? No. You have 6 anywhere. This is pretty suspect. I don't like this. The whole commit to pyro to shutter thing, this is just very, like, coin toss if it works or not. It's poor flashes from the med as well, that meant you got a lot of damage, and then, I guess, like, your sword would just pog off. And so does your scout. Okay. That was lucky. That was not a great hold. This whole I don't like committing. If you're gonna commit your pyro to shutter, have an aggressive gun. It has to be at least level 2. Have it play here as well, so like knocks back people up into like the corner and shit. And then like this is like a good hold. Like can be considered a good hold. Like you also need like another soldier as well, like spamming it. Just like focus everything on shutter. And even still, like, this hold is crap if, like, the enemy team is smart enough to spot, see this, and then go like, oh, dude, they're gonna try and fuck us in shutter, just go river. But then it's like a pretty decent hold idea, if you have the gun up for it. But you had no gun, it was very lucky that it worked, in my opinion. And even the gun one, it's like not, like, it's not a perfect hold. Like, that one can go wrong as well. At the end of the day, they have an Uber and you don't. You can be a bit more aggressive there. He has no sticks on you early on the door. He could have sticks on you on the on like the second door of shutter, but you could have definitely pushed that off of the headshot from your sniper. Just try to get a sticky on him and finish him. You could have even stickied his exit and a soldier would have jumped up and would have had a chance to kill him. Is your sniper feed in river? Kinda. You need to be looking at river here, because their heal beam is river. I guess it's just like a late call, or like you like don't react to it, or there's like no call at all, but like there's like a fundamental on almost every... It's like very situational, where you don't want to leave what door you're at to go look at the door that the heal beam is at, right? Like, you're the demo. Like, a soldier can come easily rotate to the door you were just at and watch it if it's like a flank door. It's only when it's like... So on this map, actually, it can happen on this map where your team is pushing out of last, they're going through river, and you're holding lobby and the shutters. That's like one situation where you should be disconnected, but like... And like, you're the only guy who can hold two doors, basically. So that's why you chill and like play like flank demo there, I guess. But here on this last point, in fact, I think on every last point, you should just rotate to whichever the door the heal beam is called at. If your team isn't already doing it, like, have your players call like heal beam is here, you know? Like, if your roamer gets peeked by the beam, he just needs to scream and cry about it until you rotate with your medic to match them. Because he can't do shit about a heal beam at his door, right? Like, he's just a soldier with no beam on him. And you end up losing. That's fine. They just get too much on the initial entry. Alright, you're going their side. I don't... Oh, tiny detail. I don't like the sticky jump. I don't like the double sticky jump even more. This is psychotic. Alright. You would have been 80 health healthier here as well if you hadn't done those jumps. You would have been slower, but I don't know. You need to be reloading stickies here and just sticking up either side of point while your team stabilizes. Or at least getting sticks ready for the push across. Yeah, that was poor. You weren't in a very good position the entire time. And like, you just want reloading stickies. So here in this situation, instead of blind spamming pipes over, you could have been zoning them hard by stickying either side of point. In these weird sort of... so even if this had been normal, right? 4v4, no soldiers up, and you were up on your own side and they're up on their side. It's mirrored anyway, right? But like, what you want to do here is like, you want to like... You as a demo specific, it's like... Scouts can reload really quick, right? Like, it's like really gonna be that they're like not ready for the push across, right? You as a demo, you're the one who like they have to be waiting on, if anything, and like you're also the one who has like the most opportunity to open up this even looking fight with no soldiers in it. But to do that, you need ammo, and to get ammo, you know, the thing I was on about earlier, right? Using stickies to buy time to load more stickies. If you put one sticky on either side of point, it buys you a lot of time to reload a bunch of stickies and be ready to either A, push across with your scouts, which isn't the greatest option, but it's an option and it's like better than what you guys did, or B, like play like a sort of like little spam game, wait for you to hit like 2-3 good stickies on one target, like whether it's the med, the scout, or the demo. But you need to... So the thing I was on about with stickies buying time for stickies even works in fights, like the weird spammy fights where like no one wants to commit. It works really well in those to buy more time for you to reload more stickies than you initially had when you first set them. It would have been a perfect time for that. But it's also ultra useful on this mid that like, unless your team has a plan to be doing something, just sticky either side of point. You're either going to get free damage on guys pushing in or slow them down. It's really important on this mid fight. If it's a slower, if it's shaping up to be a slower one, or even if it's not a slower one, like I don't know, it's you can have your soldiers commit and your scouts commit, and you can bait and just do that, and like usually guys will end up coming into point. All right, this all ends up somehow working out for your team. You end up getting the mid fight.
is being captured.
Okay, I want to rewatch this because this is really fucking strange to me. Hold on. They dropped. Okay, so it's a bit lucky that it works out. But hold on, this is strange to me because everything works out and then everything doesn't work out. But I want to know how that is. I think I'll go third person for this because this isn't just a demo thing. This is like a team thing. This is just strange. All right. Da, da, da. All right. Now it's this situation. Okay. That guy's gonna... This is already stupid. You don't need to chase this guy. You need to get up their side and lock out choke and play point. And like... Again, so the biggest thing is... I've said it like many times throughout these demo reviews. So I guess that's the biggest problem is like... And this isn't just you. Like your team isn't playing this in a way to play around you. You need to be locking out the choke so that this guy behind doesn't buy them all the time and space on planet Earth to like be getting in off of his distraction, right? And for that to happen is you need to get up their side, lock out choke, even get some sticks up on big door, and your scout should be the one looking back and like being aware of this guy, like being aware of all the different places he can come from, right? He's gone choke, that means he can come drop or come choke, or like if you hear a lot of rocket jumping but he's not in, like he's probably gone behind to river or to big door or something. This is like mistake number one. Because look, they're just barreling down, getting in off his distraction. Where are you during all this? Okay. You're only now looking forward. They're in free big. It's completely unspotted until now. But they're already in. It's too late. And nothing was locked out initially. You get a scout pick. A bunch of shit trades out. This should be nowhere near as even as it is. I think it's going to end up working out again, but it shouldn't have been like this. Your med should have lived during this. Even if you die, like you're I don't know, this is just dumb to me. I think the original mistake comes from you and your scout being like too hungry to chase this guy. Just take their side, have your scout play on top of point and keep an eye out for choke and drop. Have your med play in a position like here, so that he's close to both you and your scout. You lock out choke. If they come big door, you still have cap time. Like, I don't know, like once you get the cap, you can even like threaten to go choke, all sorts. That's the way you want to be playing that situation as a team, in my opinion. Like, when mid is completely empty and you're like free up, just take that side. Alright, so now you have slight ad. I don't know if you know it, I don't know if you want to take it. Your med didn't heal there for a second, look at it, I don't know. So here again, really tiny nitpick. You didn't have any sticks up on yourself here. During this. Now it's like, I guess it's like good to like not show yourself or something, but if like a guy just psycho bombs around this corner, you're like completely caught with like no protection. Let's see how this push goes. Gun juggles you a lot, they get the Uber, there's a slight ad anyway, this is probably fucked for you guys. No, you commit. Okay, you get some picks. Wow. That was nice from your flank to make that work. But, you know, it's pretty lucky that it works. You essentially went in for an exchange, you know, because it is a 10% ad, but maybe you guys thought it was bigger or something. It's just poor counting. Or a poor decision to go in if you knew it was a small ad. It's fine to try out in scrims, I guess.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being contested.
Nice spam on the mid. Off the bomb as well. Good spam on the scouts as well. I don't know. Alright. Nice pipe at the end. I think you could have played to preserve your life a bit more. But, I don't know. That's like... That's even too nitpicky for me. I like the way you played that mid fight. I think it's fine to commit your life when your team is going aggressive. It's like a... There's times to bait as demo and there's times to not bait. And in theory, yeah, you could have lived there, but I like you committing there with the rest of your team. It's the right decision. What in the fuck is that player? Kill him. Nice. Dude, that guy was from another planet. Alright, you're doing the river push again. So here, okay. That guy just like comes through and you have no, you know, if you have sticks on this back wall, he actually dies. Like, it's a pretty good idea to have sticks up on yourself in a place like this where guys can bomb in and bomb out and shit. Guns down, use a bit too many stickies for it. Now you rape top right. Oh, beautiful damage. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, but the thing is, like, if the enemy team is good enough, like that soldier, like if the enemy team is good, like they'll get that information if they want it. Like they don't see you through the window in lobby, right? They're gonna know that you're coming river anyway. Like there's so many ways for them to get that information. It doesn't matter if they have the information, right? Just make sure you protect yourself and your team. Most importantly, like you should always sticky that. So whenever you're in river as a demo, and like you're not actively doing anything yet, it's the same thing I was on about earlier. Like there's no reason to not have a sticky trap up at all times, like 8 stickies. You know, if you don't have time for 8 stickies because you're just building out the last part, even I don't know, 5 stickies. Just always have a trap up. Always trap yourself off when you're not actively doing anything because you're waiting on the rest of your team to be ready to start doing things. That's your job as a demo. Alright, bit hurt on the rollout, take some full damage. That's fine though. Again, I think it's better to spam 3 pipes instead of all 4. Because then you have 1 extra loaded for, you know, if you need it, basically. Here you haven't used stickies once, but your pipe stun gets on the demo. Alright, good damage. You should have been using stickies here, you have so many. You could have been sort of, I mean it works out, yeah, you even get a sticky left. But you could have been sticking like this whole like sort of like arc area in front of the like elevated parts of this area. If you were just sticking that shit, you would have gotten like one of those kills earlier. Because there was like a soldier and a scout playing like in this sort of area. If you were just sticking this, you would have gotten probably one of them with stickies. It made it a lot more comfortable. It works out. Pretty good mid overall. Pretty poorly played from them as well, but that's fine. If they play it poorly, you punish them for it. And you did. Again, so this is like a habit I've noticed. Like you just don't like you don't think of like potential threats. You don't like ever pre-sticky anything. As soon as I jumped up here, I would have just been pre-stickying this, even if I don't see a guy there. Just pre-sticky it. Like there could be a guy right around the corner, which there was. You know, anything could happen. Just be ready for any potential threat. Like nothing happens for sure, but something could have happened. Especially like earlier, you saw that one scout earlier just like bot in through here. You were the only one up here. Your med's still on the floor. You should have just been pre-sticking it. This is like the way you want to be thinking, basically. This is what I'm trying to get at. Right, well, if that demo is river, you can just go through the stairs and push through shutter. Or you rotate all the way this way. They're getting really close to either. This is not going to be a great push. You use... That demo isn't spawned. Play point. They have no traps on point. Oh, your scout. There's a fucking gun on Secret or some shit? No. There's no way this works, right? Their med's at 99. Okay. Their med has dropped everyone to get to this point, though. Okay. I pray that this works. Yeah, you kind of. I don't know much about CS, but that sounds about right, Fez. Just if you have the stickies loaded, you should be pre-stickying shit. I'm not sure how I feel about the push. It's a bit chaotic. Let's watch this mid back, hold on. I was a bit unfocused there. Alright, let's watch this mid back.
Our control point is being captured.
Alright, spam on big door. There's a guy behind, there's a guy underneath you and a guy doing that. So, you don't have stickies on either side. You've stood in a spot and caught a bunch of spam. You're just spamming out more pipes. You just need to use more stickies here. And does a skunce just run up on you from the side? Yeah. I don't know, it's just poor awareness. Poor preparation. Like, if your team's not doing anything on this mid fight, like I said earlier, sticking up either side of point helps a lot. But poor positioning as well. Like, you never want to, like, stand too far back. And, like, so the other thing you know is you saw the guy go underneath you as well earlier. Like, you should be screaming to your team, like, there's a guy underneath us. As soon as you get up, let's run across. So, that's, like, another thing. But there's many things go wrong here. And they're mostly positional, or, like, decision-making wise. Alright. This and surely they draw this, and that's why he sent it to me. Surely. No, you're going down river. So this is strange to me because, like I said earlier, river is the slowest way to get in here, and like there was only one up on the mid fight, so there's not even a chance of a guy being in a pushed up position on your second. So it's just a slight optimization. Like your team just gets here a bit slow. They could have potentially been like looking to like get 6 guys through one door. I think you still get there before them every time, obviously, but I don't know. Like it just like might have worked out or something. Shutter gets you looking at big door as well. Like I don't know. There's so many reasons to go shutter there instead of river, even though it's like a completely like inconsequential decision this one time. Later on it might not be. Yeah. And just think about it. River, there's no reason for you to go river when you have massive numbers out, or just when you're like... Whenever you can and want to go quick, you should go shutter. Basically. Think about it like that. This is fucking epic damage. Yeah. Nice decision to go up top there and just spam down at them. You're even aware of potential flank from choke. It happens. Your soldier's ready for it. Good shit. Oh my god. That's like another thing though about the pre-sticking. If you're pre-sticking that, you don't even have to hit that pipe. Alright, so you guys just end up narrowly winning this. Got it. Alright, rest of this is probably nothing. Let's check out... Before we get on to Clearcut, so far in the 5CP maps, biggest thing is not fully locking out the door that you just like saw their combo leave. Like too much indecisiveness on where you want to look at, but it's best as a general rule to just look forward as demo and trust that your scouts will look back for you if there is a guy behind you. Like, they should have confidence for you to look forward, and you should have confidence in them to cover your back. Like that's how it should be. In like a weird chaotic situation where something ends up behind and you like lock them out in front. Pre-sticky yourself more, sticky yourself off more, have 8 stickies up on doors more. Use stickies to buy time to load more stickies if you can. That one's a pretty hard thing to do. Like, it sounds easy when you say it like that, but you need to be quite good at getting like the most you can out of like 1 or 2 stickies. Use stickies more in general. I think you use pipes a bit too much. They don't do Clearcut, no. I can try show an example as well, Bon, if I have any on my demos. I might show a Gully demo just so I can show the example of the stickies on mid, because that's like a pretty good example of it. Let's do that now, if I have a Gully demo. So maybe I should use a Gully demo. Let's see what this is. And then we'll get onto Clearcut. Clearcut, like I said, I can only give a lot of generic cough advice, but I know a lot of people often need it anyway. Alright, let's see what my mid looks like. I hope it's not I hope I'm not playing like dog shit in this. Then I'm teaching you some real dumb crap. Alright. Yeah, so while I'm waiting for my team, I just pre-sticky either side of that. I wasn't ready for that guy getting on me, but I have guys for that. Alright. I only do 1 stick neither, but 2 sticks also works. You can do 3 stickies, like 1 on the back, 1 on either side. I do 2? Do I? Are you for real? Do you know my habits better than me? Oh, dude, we put them in the bin here. Neva, don't look at this. This is graphic. Alright, that was fucked up. Let's see what happens next mid. I don't go as aggressive as you did in your demos as well, because I'm afraid of like guys going fast on me. Yeah, 1 on either side. So, and this is another thing I'll say. You haven't run into it didn't happen to you in your demo, but you will probably at some point run into guys going fast on you on Gullywash. Best thing you can do here is so I try and say this in every Gullywash demo review because I know it's a super common thing that people want to clear up. This is an STV, so I can't go third person to show shit. But so rule number 1 is stickying this box is a really good deterrent, as well as stickying this area between this post and like that wall on the right side of it that you can't see on my screen right now. Sticking like sort of this little specific spot here as well is good. Like 3 stickies to defend yourself is quite nice. And biggest rule is to not back up into your choke. Backing up into your choke gives you no vision, and you end up in like a really annoying spot, like on like trying to get back through it. If their demo pushes across while you're backed up choke, he can just spam into your team's elbow. You need to back up into like your elbow, or if you are like playing aggressive and spamming into big and like out here, you can completely drop off if you want. And if you drop off, you'll often meet your med walking up elbow as well. Just like 2 biggest rules is sticky this box, unless he's not going on the box. If he's like going super high and curving around and landing here, then you want to sticky here, obviously. But yeah, sticky the box and don't back up into choke. Back up into elbow. Those are 2 super helpful rules. Now, here I dead for no reason actually, which is fucking stupid. I think I die here, yeah. I could have lived here. But that was completely unnecessary. And just lets those guys run at me. Alright. Yeah, that's just like an example of like using the stickies to buy time to reload a bit more stickies while you also wait for the rest of your team. Like there's no reason to not have those stickies up. Because by the time your team gets to you, you would have had the same amount of stickies, but you also have like the benefit of being able to det those stickies if anyone walks on them, or to stop them walking into you. It's like the ultimate example of the using stickies to buy time thing. It's a lot harder when doing it to like hold a choke, like on Protest Second, but you can also do it there. Like holding Saw on Snake as well, like is another place where you can do it. Like I could maybe go try find an example, but I don't know. you can if you see like the base like point of it on the Gullywash thing, you'll learn to apply it to other situations where it's even more important. All right, let's check out Clearcut. I don't know the fine details, but I like to think I know the basics of cough, so at least I can point out those.
5, 4.
You'd hope I'd know the basics of cough. I don't actually even know the rollout. I played this the other day in like NA on like 100 ping, but yeah, this rollout seems about right. The longest demo for real? It's not that long. Okay, seems like it goes the distance on rounds. This is very aggressive positioning, and you're also using pipes on guys that aren't directly on you. You could have just been using stickies on those guys. Keep the pipes for when that scout gets in your face, or when the soldier lands on you. Like now you have no pipes ready for these guys. And you're just randomly tossing out stickies. I don't know. I guess the rest of your team plays it pretty well, because they creep on these guys. We definitely did not do like as much as you could have. Nice pipe. Nice damage on that guy. You have nothing loaded on either weapon. Just reload a bit, just chill. Back up. Play to reload. Good damage, you've been forced though. They don't even have Uber yet, but you're likely not getting their med. Nor even the force. I just want to pause right here and just talk about, like, if I want to rewind to the start and just talk about how I think you should have been playing it. I'll slow it down a bit. Yeah, it's Div2 Asiafortress. Alright. Rollout, probably fine. Don't get the clearest strafe through, so like somewhat slow, but that's not... I can't imagine being slow as a big issue on this map. Right, so you already see this dickhead top left. You should be looking to get as much damage on him as possible if you know he's there. Any early damage on that guy who's clearly done a fast rollout is like worth like way more than 30 damage on a buffed Demoman. Which he is, he's a buffed Demoman. Here you go far too aggressive. I would have just been chilling back and like have sticks out, charge them, or like make sure you have 8 stickies even if you don't even see guys, but like just like be like pre-charging a sticky, ready to shoot it at a guy like in the side that's like being, I guess, is your team initiating on the right above you? Yeah. And they're all looking, they're obsessed with these guys. You should be wanting to shoot them in the side. Instead you go aggressive too early, so then these two guys get on you, and then yeah, it's like both teams' combos are like dealing with each other's flanks at the moment. But you could have just made an uneven fight instead. If you had baited a bit, have more stickies loaded, take less damage. You go aggressive too early, basically, in my opinion. And like, you're not even like shooting, you're not shooting the right thing with the right weapon. You're shooting pipes at guys like in the middle of the place. I just don't get how this goes so bad for your team. I guess does your scout just take too long killing this guy? Nice, okay. They have way better spawners though, I guess. And they're wanting to play far more aggressive. And you're taking a lot of beam away from your scout. Plus you're, yeah, very out of position here for them. Like, you're isolating yourself on the left, so it's very easy for them to just run at you and shoot you. And you're taking a lot of heals from your scout, so you can't even be healthy for this. Alright. That's rough, that you don't get even a kill though. Alright. You have nothing loaded pretty much here, from what I remember. Get used, you die. That's fine. This guy goes so deep with his Eva. Okay.
Alert. Our control point is being captured. Alert.
Your guys actually trade out, which is pretty impressive, to be honest. Like, in fact, this is actually really good for you because you just have better spawners as well. Okay, your scout gets caught. You managed to protect your med. Nice work. Oh my god, he's a psychopath. What? Where did that bow even come from? What the fuck? You have add, you have numbers add, you can just be poking point here. Ugh, one of your soldiers feeds goes too deep. One of their soldiers feeds. Any trade for you while you don't have point is good, because you have far better spawners. And you don't want to cap while you have your own spawner. Okay, now you finish it. Perfect. Oh, that's rough. No one sees that soldier come in. I don't know, you typed that blood feed, but if you guys are letting that happen, like, it's not like DM ad. Like, he's pushing you because it's free. Like, if you think he's like, if you think he's monging, but he like gets a lot of stuff off it, like, is it really monging? You gotta think about it like this. Be ready to shut him down. Doesn't matter if he hits more shots. If you're in the better position, you'll kill him more often than not. It's a positional shooter. This is fucking chaos. And they had Uberad, I guess. But this isn't great for them to use Uber and get... They use Uber to get 3 kills and lose 2 of their own. This is just straight out not good for them. You guys should just be having like the world's easiest dry back into them now. Because of their worst spawners. Alright, you get early damage on that soldier. That's good shit. Alright, you have Uberad. One of your soldiers dies. This is rough. You're just a bit greedy and undecisive with the Uber. It's Bon King. It's Mukesh King. Yeah, I just called you King. Hold on. I have to be right back. Hello, I'm back. Hello, hello. Hello, Sandblast. I'm watching some fucking different planetary system, different solar system demos. I'm watching some alternate universe demos. I'm into all sorts. Alright. I have to cut this from the VOD. Hopefully I remember that when I see this, when I'm watching it back to upload. Alright, Clearcut. Hey Tiger. That's a fucked up thing to be typing nowadays. You piece of shit. I have a Brazil demo for real though to check out. A guy from Asiafortress added me for these as well. But I don't think I can get it done today. It's just too many demos to watch at once. Alright, let's watch the rest of this. I don't like reviewing KOF, at least reviewing KOF POVs. Like often I think it's best to review the team. It's a very team-based game mode. Why have I gone into demo review mode? I've been doing that for a while now, man. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There's stuff to learn. There's like super important rules to learn, and like, but you just need to be like ultra disciplined in applying them, and you also need to have like a lot of confidence that everyone else on your team is also able to do that. It's like, yeah, if you have point, like you can feed. If you don't have point, feed. It's pretty. It's like when you break it down to just that, yeah, it's often good enough, but it can be hard for some people. And also, like, there's still like as demo, you can be shooting the wrong things. Like here, he's seen a bunch of people top left, and instead of just chilling far back and shooting those guys, he's making decisions to commit across, and like he hasn't even shot them once, and he's just been shooting the demo and med. Nice pipe on the scout. Some shit gets on his med from behind. That's rough. It's like that sometimes. Commit source with the rest of your team. Using too many stickies here could have just completely stuck off their exit and like locked them in here. Like while their medic and scout were just dicking around here, and you're waiting for the rest of your team to be able to commit with you, sticky off their exit. Then you have more pipes for when they try and run as well. Their scout's like distracted trying to delete the stickies or like not looking at them at all, and they're backed up into a corner trying to fight their way out like that. Just very simple. You could have done that quite easily. You don't have everything loaded yet, and you're just like intent on spamming. You have this habit of drifting out wide left and like being separated from the rest of your team. It doesn't punish you this time round, but you have been punished for it already this game. You're playing here against solo. I guess you're trying to get the force. Okay. The team loses one. You somehow live. You even get a pick. Now you just want to regroup with your team. Now your med's dead. That's rough. One pick is good. If they deny him even, it's even better. Okay, they delayed him. Now you have they have ad, but they don't have, they're nowhere close to Eevee yet, and they're down a soldier. Just run forward and take an uneven fight, or a fight that's uneven for a small period of time at least. Good damage on the guy top. Really good damage top. Jesus Christ, nice. That's what you want to be doing that more often. Shoot guys that aren't looking at you, especially if they're on high ground. It's good of your soldier Sherlock to not feed there as you cap. If he dies there and you cap, it's pretty disastrous. So I haven't played this map much, but one thing I have noticed is it's very easy to watch traps on this map, and it's very easy to have 2 doors trapped. So if you're confident enough in it, you should be trapping 2 doors here. Or at least 2 different things. It's very easy to sit in the middle on beam while you have guys on hut putting pressure up. And like spam your own spam as well, obviously. And you can watch 2 different traps. And gives you way bigger chance of getting a pick than all 8 sticks on 1 door. You also weren't even watching your trap this entire time. Alright, you blind at it. They get in, they use. You have your own Uber. You stay out of it, this is fine. Rotate out here. Okay, you don't even have to do this. It's a bit risky, but... yeah, your team kind of feeds during the Uber. This is rough. Your scouts kind of end up pogging. Nice pipe. He's probably going to live. That guy's out. Okay, just reset. Their ad isn't even huge. Just wait for your med and take the fight then. Give up some space until then if you have to. Good trap. Nice work from your soldier and scout on top left. The demo's to your right and you're just not, yeah. Like you even see him but you don't respect it at all. As soon as you see that guy, you should have been backpedaling or like backing out this way as well. Now your team has no demo to try and hold point with. Okay, your soldiers, your scout aggression gets the med. The team is way too aggro here. Nice, okay. Kind of works out. They delay their med as well. Who is this runt? I beg. No! That's stupid. Poor awareness from your team there. From your combo. Of all the potential threats. Just being a bit too aggressive when you had like no right to be. I don't understand you being on top of here, but I guess it works out. Oh my god. You're an insane person. You just jumped down to 2 stickies. Alright. Nice spam top. You haven't been healed once this entire time. You should have gotten a crit buff there, to be honest, at one point. That's either poor from you for not calling or poor from your med for not doing it. Really big spam on point, that's good shit. Is Gale on the enemy team in this game? Or is he just another like guy in your div on another team or some shit? You exchange, or rather you got force and you have to get their force. Okay, you play them. You can watch, man, I don't know. Let him watch. I need my viewers. Don't scare him away. Like I should have been paying attention again, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't see an awful lot of point in watching Koff demos because it should be like map specific stuff, and when it comes to map specifics of this map, I don't play it. Because everything else should be like, you need to have the proper CoF fundamentals, right? And that's like as a team, really. It's not so bad what I've seen so far. The one thing I don't like is like your target prioritization is just like seemingly random. Every time... Okay, so here, like, you just have this habit of just like going forward across point even when it's completely impossible. You could have just been chilling far back and letting them come into you. You could have been doing the thing I said about on Gully, where you stick you either side of point and just det on them as they come into you. Like, there's... you can apply principles from like one map into another. It's not like it doesn't completely work, you know? If those guys are going to bot into you from two different like sides, do exactly what you do on Gully. I'm sure you've noticed it watching the demo. Every time you decided to shoot top, it goes so much better for you than when you decide to go across point and like shoot like the other guys on the floor with you, or like take that fight on the floor. Like and it goes better because you're simply the class that's best like to get the most value out of a demo man in this situation is to just shoot guys on height. Same like at the start of a mid fight, or like, you know, opening up space for your soldiers and scouts is like just oppress their guys on height so that your players on height have an advantage compared to theirs. You could be doing like everything so much more differently, basically. So I feel like you're doing like the worst possible play other than like completely AFKing, which is just like bot across point and hope for the best. It's like good that you're not baiting, I guess, like your teammates, but I don't know. They're not getting enough for this to be worth it. Like, I think it's fine for you. So if this was working out every time and your team was winning every fight because like they're all like hard focusing you on the point or something, like do it every time. Why not? But like simply put, it's like not working out, and it's not worth trading your life for like this like ineffective fight.
Alert. The control point is being contested. We have lost the control point.
Thanks, Doc. All right, I feel good.
Alright, they're bad. You should either be looking to yeah, you should just be looking to sack wave here, really.
Our control point. Alert. The control point is being captured.
Like force a Uber out. Get picks is also good, to be honest. You don't have to get the Uber out. You have this horrible habit of drifting out on the left. Like the two biggest things on this so far is not being able to shoot top and drifting out away from your combo. That's probably what's giving you the most issues so far. Okay, you managed to force a Uber during all this though, and your med lived. That's pretty good. I didn't notice that. You may watch this, Gale. I need you to watch this. I need viewers. Oh shit, your Uber gets fucking skyboxed. Get damaged though. Oh my god, it's chaos. Ugh, that's rough. You don't have to commit that deep. Your team should not cap here. That's really bad if they do. Please don't cap. Oh, thank god they wait. That's good. Okay, I guess it all works out. But you didn't have to commit that deep. Like, if this guy's out, they're out, you know? Like, yeah. Demo is not a great class for chasing unless you're bombing. And healthy. And loaded. Set up traps. Have traps up here. They're not in yet. Trap something, anything. You're really slow on this. And this looks like crap, but like it's something. This is like pretty much what you have to do, right? Just it doesn't matter if the slap is troppy, just have something up. It's like sticks they have to remove or like be aware of. It's an area they can't be in once they get in. Alright, that's sack waving. You might guess instantly dropped. Like sticky piped or some shit. That's rough. So other thing is if you're expecting a sack wave here, which in all fairness, I think it's fair that you didn't because they were close to getting Uber anyway. But you could have been. On this map, I know people do bunker. I don't know if you do it in Asiafortress. I know Americans do it for a fact. Like, they set their med up in this hut. Sticks on the front side, soldier on the back side. Scout, like one scout, like playing like around on the floor, another one on top, and a soldier on top. But yeah, I guess they just kind of get you. Demo diffs? Come on now. I don't think it's demo diff.
Being captured.
And you guys are too harsh on Bon. Put some respect on my man's name. Oh my god. I didn't know there was so much animosity in Asiafortress, man.
The control point is being captured.
Oh, please ice the roller. Okay, he doesn't. That's rough. I didn't pay much attention there. I kinda don't know. Your med died twice, which is just I don't know what I can say about that, but then that's crap from your team. I don't know, man. My chat's becoming like an Asiafortress chat room. I'm too interested. I had to see what's up. Alright, sack wave. Nice, the med drops. Holy pipes.
Being contested.
Okay, you sack wave and you wipe their team, which is fucking amazing.
30 seconds. We have secured the control point.
Traps up. You have no traps up. Sticky up the bunker, anything. Okay, this is fine. I think this is greedy. The whole point of bunker isn't for you to get these trap kills, right? The point of bunker is to protect your med from the sack wave, and the best way to protect your med from the sack wave is 6 on the floor. You should sticky the floor here. It's way more consistent. Because like they can be like just outside of this and still hitting damage on him. But if they're on the floor, they can't be just outside of the trap's range, right? Sticky the floor here. I'm gonna play like this. Tiny detail, but an important one. Use, they're committed. Pick something and focus it. Now reset to a position. Good work from the rest of your team to not feed during this and kill other shit going behind. Their 2 soldiers are behind though. Nice pipe on the scout. Bit of a messy fight. Your scouts weren't ready for the soldiers, which is poor from them, to be honest. You need to keep tabs on the soldiers here. Nice work getting that kill. It's a really late kill as well. It's good. Reload everything. Get 6 on point here. They have to come to point. Sticky that shit up. You should have been sticking it earlier. You could have even just not reloaded pipes there. Right, now you're fucking dead. Okay. That's silly. As soon as you had 8 stickies loaded, I would be fucking playing like a pussy and sticking the hell out of point, like randomly, and just like leaving them up and buy time. Good of you to try and shoot that guy. You like time out there or some shit. You don't need to look at that guy, keep looking forward. Okay. Good damage on the med. Well, no damage on the med, I'm retarded. Nice random pipe kills. Nice. That round was a lot better, for the most part. Get damage on the demo. This is a way smarter way of playing the fight. You're like playing it the same way, but a lot more intelligently though. It's a lot like the way you took it. You like waited for a distraction before doing something instead of being the guy that gets insta-killed on point. That's good. Still looking kind of crap for your team though.
Alert. The control point. Alert. The control point is being contested.
Nice damage on the demo. Oh my god, the spam is insane. Both sides use. You've gotten a pick during it, you have better health, you have the longer Uber. Now you just need to... So even on a map like this, with a wide choke, and like you don't know if they're completing or not, here you should be doing the same thing as I said earlier on the other maps. Lock them out. Like they're like chilling in like this horrible position. Just spam a bunch of stickies there. Like arc stickies into this like weird chokey area and lock them out. Don't look at this guy, he's not your fucking job. There's 3 people on the left to deal with him. Like this guy and these 2 other guys. If these guys like run in during all this, that's your fault. Yeah, they do. And this guy's on you. Nice. You end up getting him anyway. They don't punish you for it, but you've got to be locking that up. That's on you. Like no one else can do that, but other people can fight top left. In that position. I think I'd have to, man. 3 letters. All the goats have 3-letter names. Mac. Ams. Af. The 3 goats of the game. Gar. I want to rewatch this because it might be interesting and it might not be. It might just be some random bullshit, but let's see. I feel like it's a poor spam fight. So again, have sticks up. Cool, you got some sticks up. I do just think it's better for you to sticky that choke though. Like you saw like people on it as well. Sticky the left up more. You dead on nothing. You also have nothing loaded because you never reloaded your sticks properly after setting all those traps up. Now they've just been dealing a lot more spam than you have, getting a lot more space. Sticky up point here, get some spam on the guys on point. Okay. You have some decent stuff going on. You shouldn't have, I don't know what the use is for here. Are they really hot? I guess you get the med. Okay. It's a good use, good use. Okay. Nice sticky from you though. Nice fight. But little subtle feeling that the same thing though. He's like not your job. Your job is to continue looking at that choke. I don't know. I guess you get the kill. And your soldier shouldn't have fed. Get all your shit reloaded here. Don't look at it for the air sticky, man. It's so greedy. Just look at the point. You could have been getting more damage on that guy and not being surprised by him as you turn. You could have been way more ready to shoot these guys in the back than you would have been as well if you never looked at him. You could have wiped their team there, realistically, to be honest. You saw how low they were on the STB. And how unprepared they were for you to push across point. But you weren't ready to... You just weren't ready quick enough to take advantage of that. And they end up winning this fight. That's really stupid. It's like borderline off of just that one decision to look up. Just some indiscipline. He's not your job. Yeah, and like... Even if you hit that air sticky, you're dealing like, what, like 60, 70 damage to him? He just lands and gets his pack anyway. If he hasn't been tracked by someone else. Which is the only reason I can assume you're even trying to shoot him. Right, you take a bunch of spam here. They're full Uber ad. You get fucked by their demo. Okay. That was goofy. I'm sure you know what went wrong there. You just like walked over 3 stickies you saw him set up. Like 2 stickies, I don't know. Luckily you guys have some time to play with, so you can get this Uber in exchange that way. See how you guys take it. Go to your scout to clear shit. Go to him to spot the corners, stuff like that. The combo inside the hut. Okay, you scout soldier. I like this exchange from them. Alright, let's see what you're doing all this. You were chilling far back. Link up with your med. Nice pipe.
Our control point captured.
Oh my god, that's unlucky. Run, run! Okay. This still isn't so bad. You have a lot of time to just send it into them if they're not set up for this properly.
Mission end.
Just have a dry fight. Get these guys off your hut, get bombers of your own, walk across point at guys that are distracted by the bombers. I feel like a lot of this is to do with playing this, like you're so insistent on playing here, which makes no sense to me. If you play here, you have this guy supporting you. I don't know if you've noticed, like their demo is more towards this side than this side. It's just like a better way of taking the fight, I think. Because if you need to, you can back up into here as well.
Ends in 30 seconds.
Like if the fight isn't going your way. So, just too much drifting out to the left. Okay, you've managed to roll back out again and get here. Die again, that's rough. You have cap time here, so your team doesn't need to feed, they just need kills. Yeah. You're kind of doing a lot of the same thing on this map and just like hoping for different results. The definition of insanity. Alright. This kind of works out for your team. Your scouts are pogging off. Nice damage. If it's more of this for the rest of the game, there's probably not too much reason to check this out, to be honest. Especially because, like I said, like I just think cough demos aren't too great an idea. But yeah, on this one, don't drift out to the left. Wait for the right opportunity to walk across point. Don't just go like and hope for the best. Shoot top more. Every time you shot top, you got a bunch of like relevant damage. Sometimes you even get kills, but that's like on them for being dumb and like AFKing up here. Shoot guys top more. Yeah. I think that's about it for this map specifically. Again though, the indiscipline thing, stop looking at soldiers. Look at the guys on the floor. Pushing into you. You can't do anything about this guy 9 times out of 10 unless you hit Poggy, Air Pipe, or Sticky. And then you'll feel epic, but like, I don't know, you're probably still gonna wipe them half the time. Alright. Good demo reviews, for the most part. Pre-stick yourself a bit more. As well. Like the two biggest things that were across all these three maps was indiscipline for guys bombing, like in the air in general. Like there's like that demo that you were watching go up and down on that process mid once. And you were trying to hit the crazy long-range air pipe on him. Just sticky, guys. You know. And yeah, the whole using stickies to buy time for more stickies thing. If you I don't know, you can watch like anyone's demos. I have like some POVs up on my YouTube. I don't know if you've seen them. They probably have it in there. Even though I don't think I played great in the Nations Cup. But like any like high level demo is gonna do that shit, really, for the most part.